Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. If you have stuck with us, it is time for our final game of the night. Flipside up against Dignitas. They are just knifing right now, so we may as well put that on your screens. As I once again introduce myself, I'm Alex Machine Richardson, joined by Pansy for the fourth game of tonight. And it looks like World Edit isn't actually out of this one just yet. He's going to take them for a walk, going to make sure they stretch their legs and limber up before the coming best of one.
Best of four, best of one.
No, I was going to say best of first. I went best of one because my brain is not functioning properly today. At all. Not at all.
To be fair, though, we've had a long break between. That was the biggest issue.
We both kind of just started looking at like funny cat pictures and disappeared for a bit.
There were some good cat pictures out there.
There is.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, Internet, for providing us with the best cat pictures.
That's what the Internet is for, Lauren.
Really? I've never known that. Thank you for the dank meme.
Oh, was that a dank? Was that a dank meme?
Yeah.
I was just trying to make conversation. Either way, we are into our pistol round. Dignitas then on the left-hand side of the screens, rocking the CT side, and Flipside on T. Let's see where they choose to take this one. I can only assume we're going to be seeing them try and open up towards middle, considering Blade and Marklov's position. They have gone through lowers, and they're just going to go hunting. They've got that mid to B smoke. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, especially with the bomb in uppers. This could very well be an XQ on towards B.
It could be, but there's a lot of people waiting in their way. 3 players to be exact. Kievi is on long though, so he's just holding it down patiently, not going to be rushing too much. And I really hope we don't see those 15-second rushes. I don't think my brain could take it anymore. But Dig are playing very passively towards A side as well, and not overly committing, but the smoke has come in, the flashes have come out, and Flipside are moving in.
Yeah, looking to do something well there. This managed to crawl his way in, but AZ's just going to put an end to that. He's going to look for a second as well. Gets it now. Just go pick up the Glock. He's just going to keep on firing. But Bondic and Cyber Focus completely mess him up. It's a 3v3. That's that bomb. Considering being going... I can't talk at the moment. Considering being planted as... Bondic. Drop the bomb. As the bomb goes in, let's see what Kiabu can do from the back. Blade's going to be there. 1 bullet, 1 kill, and now Cyber Focus and Bondic all luck, not just skill. Oh god, this round has gone horribly wrong. As Flipside do manage to secure that round, and primarily from Bondic there, who picked up 4 in that round.
Bondic.
Bondic. I need to take a swig of water.
Yes, you did. All right. Oh, chat likes our jokes. So we are into round 2. We're going to see a bit of an investment from Team Dignitas here. A couple of pistols and a scout. Outside that, though, on the T side, we're going to see actually quite a few rifles. They might be looking towards long, possibly, or just wanted that additional firepower to really complement what they got built in the first round. But yeah, first round could be completely up into the hands of Bondic there. And we are seeing a bit of a mid-play coming through. 3 players to be exact, but waiting just on the other side of that door is Pimp. And it may not be the Julies, but I wonder if he can achieve anything. Sadly, the response is no. Blade will come through on top. But AZ Scout will now be put under pressure. As now... the rest of the T side will start making their way towards the B side, and why not? They brute force their way in, but AZ greets Blade at the door as well. That B tunnels push will at least avail.
Now Nico puts an AK into his hands. He hasn't got too much HP, just 13 points of health. Got plenty of time to work with, and that Deagle from Kiabu just needs to find 1 head to make this very, very doable. The health gets even lower though, as an exchange puts Bondic in a dire situation. Everyone on this map, on this round, struggling for health. Bondic puts Kiabu in the ground, now all onto Nico. And he is way, way gone in towards T-Spawn.
I don't know if he can maybe find...
He's heading towards long. I think he's just trying to maybe catch someone. I feel like the armor and the AK is a pretty good save.
I think I agree with you on this. He's probably going to end up just playing around here, just waiting to see if anyone crosses out through long and actually tries to get anything building for them. But Flipside doing well, picking up 2 now, back to back. Not losing out on too much. Blade did pick up 2 anyway, so he'll be perfectly fine. And I believe those were with the SMGs, so he can actually get a good bit of money building. However, Nico being made to get a little bit nervous here. You can hear the scout just firing away. They know where he is. He's being hunted left, right and centre. 2 players now in pit. He could go and challenge them if he really felt confident.
God,
however,
that would be risky.
Not the case. He's going to sit in and wait for round 3. Now looking at the economy, you can see why. A couple of pistols can be dropped around, and maybe they can stop the 3-round pain train going out from Flipside.
So it's going to be sticking with the scout. Well, let it. We're going to keep that one in play. 2 AKs, a Galil, and an MP7 then for Flipside, as we're going to be seeing once again that bomb start with uppers.
And look at this. This is like the Hellraisers play. 4 players completely stacked around mid, 2 boosted by double doors. Oof. Nico pushed up on short, and he's got support here. Sadly not enough though. Hopefully that gun can be retrieved, and it is in Pimp's hands, but well did it coming in big. And now AZ has to come up again and do the damage, but still, great work from Dignitas just from this 4-man stack.
Yeah, they managed to stack it up, get a couple of surprising frags, get Blade and Wilded it down and out, and off the back of that, Kyabu's just going to be trying to recover some sort of weaponry in order to make a dent in that round. Doesn't, and so they do start with that 3-0 off the back of the knife round, and sorry, off the back of that pistol. And now, Nico putting an AWP into his hands. See if he's going to be sticking with that. We're going to be seeing World Edit this time kick this one off. It's interesting when you have Cyber Focus as well, who we've seen him pick up the AWP on occasions as well. But World Edit is going to be quite happy with that AWP roll, it seems, here on D2.
Yeah, quite comfortable, and Nico going to take up the position at long, similar to that JW position we saw working out very nicely. There's one of the new M4s in play, actually. Quite a nice looking little design.
I've got it myself, I really like it.
Yeah, I prefer the AK, to be fair.
The new AK, yeah. That's cause
and of course the AWP. The AWP is absolutely beautiful, but I don't have that. Well, I've got 50 pel on my car. I just need to wait for Steam Guard to actually want to work, so... RIP me, but Markeloff.
Wow, that was
going
quick.
to be baiting it out, and that's World Edit. That's what we saw with Kenny S and Apex, the bait, and then the shot coming into place, and World Edit doesn't miss that, but there's still AZ, and he's still holding on for dear life here. The shots are coming in thick and fast. Now he's got support. Pimp pushing his way back up, but that will leave A vulnerable, and already Blade is going to start exploiting that.
What does he choose to go for from this one? Nico in CT, no armor on him either, so he's vulnerable. I think Flipside are looking to profit off the back of this one. Bomb going in towards A. It's going to be a free site for them to take at this point. Well, did it's lingering in the backline and perfectly plays it. Picks up Pimp. And now AZ and Nico realise that there's an AWP in their midst and they're going to be backing away, but realising that they can't back away as freely as they might normally. As well that it is going to be lying in wait to try and catch someone.
His round so far has been really quite crisp. The way he's been playing has been very impressive. Not only opening up on toward B, but then catching the players as they come through. Just really nicely done. But it does look as though these 2 players should be able to remain. Maybe Nico could be pressured if someone splits towards low B tunnels to try and hunt him out, but otherwise I think they're fairly secure. The vast majority of the T side did head up to the top of mid, and they will live to fight another day. But a very good start from Flipside. To be able to pick up this first gun round is going to mean a hell of a lot, but we are into a pause.
Yeah, you kind of touched on a good point there, just how important that was. So now Dignitas, after really trying to kind of start with a bang into that 4th round, didn't see too much from them as Flipside, well, primarily World Edit drew first blood and really started to apply a lot of pressure onto that B side. The nades started raining in, and then Flipside just dismantled what Dignitas set out on their CT side.
And hopefully we can find out from the admins what the issue is right now. I'm not sure. Every player seems to be in the server, so hopefully we can have a little bit of an idea as to what's going on here and how long this can happen. Because last time we did have a half-an-hour discussion at this map.
We did.
Actually, no, it wasn't this sort of point. It was the second half.
Yeah, well, it was. And
but now we've only had 4 rounds to discuss, so we'd actually kind of, I don't know, nosedive into those conversations quicker, I feel.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we...
Oh, new mixtape.
Oh. New mixtape.
Dennis, move over.
They are buying items.
Yeah.
Well, AZ is anyway. Just going to expect to see... I assume it's on Flipside side? No, it has been cancelled. Fantastic. We're back. Ready to go into our 5th round here in the final game of the evening. And Dignitas, again, once again, going to have to rely on AZ and Nico to come up big. Let's not forget, though, just 1 game ago, we saw Chris J do exactly that. The 1 man with the AWP. Going to try and connect the shot through mid. I think he saw 3 cross. He did. And nothing going to connect.
Yeah, and that one of those players being Nico, they are going to restack up towards center and just try and get that control over mid. It's not quite the four-man play we saw before, but still a lot of presence dedicated towards this. And the T-side might finally eventually work that out because there's no one really locking down B right now. It's completely vacated of players. And that's just because AZ and the boost coming in towards mid. So if we can show you that, you can see it's just hopped up on top. That may put Blade in a bit of a bad spot there. Does make the impact, gets away. Won't be able to pick up a gun from this. But that's enough to at least put the T-side back in their place, being a little bit more cautious.
Really nice from Dignitas, completely abandoning that B site early and now being able to rotate the two players over. It's like they never left. Pimp considering a push. Oh, that noise is going to be an issue. Does manage to evade the flash. Brilliant execution from Pimp there. Takes cyber focus, takes his gun. And now Dignitas, they're 2 frags in to taking this, what is essentially a very, very shaky round. Starting to stabilize now. Well, that it trained on AZ's location. AZ knows he's not going to make that same mistake again. As well that it has been hunting for these openers on B. Found it once. Now AZ always considering it. How quick can Well That It flick is the question. Markaloff crawling in as well. And this is it. The T's about to make an appearance. That smoke's going to alert AZ. And he's going to peek and he's going to frag. It's a double. All onto Well That It now. As Dignitas are going to secure an incredible and impeccable round. Right when they needed to it. I say that, Well That It opens up onto the no-scope. Wow, Pimp's there. And 4-1 the score.
Yeah, AZ just brilliantly done. Just that 3K coming in perfectly placed. He waited so well. He waited so long for this. And then just didn't challenge. I'm pretty sure he had an idea the world that it was in those B tunnels. And then he waited for that push. He kind of baited, I guess, the player who'd pushed up with him. I'm not sure it was. My memory fades on that one. But he kind of left him out on his own. But it doesn't matter. He got that 3K. And, you know, it's okay to bait if you can clutch. And we are going to see the flashes coming in towards long. Nico's under pressure here. 3 players actually make it 2 now as they slow down. But will they put anyone out there? Nico just going to catch a glimpse of a leg as they shoulder peek through. But Kiebi is waiting on the other side.
Throwing out that molly towards blue. Not going to be able to find anything. And this double AWP from Flipside is going to be really kind of a bit of a test in the water, dipping their toe in the water to try and find an opener. We saw World Edit kind of really prioritize the picks on B. He's doing exactly the same thing again, and MSL is going to learn exactly what AZ did.
And this flash could be massive. Pimp's waiting. They both get themselves flashed in. Cyber focus falls. AZ finds Blade. And back to B he goes, leaving it in the capable hands of Pimp from further back. And this is just beautiful play. But Bondic could offset this. He could find a little something. He could peek around at the perfect time and maybe help him out. Markloff just behind. And here we go. They're going to try and stick this one out. The fire comes in from the back. But the play needs to come out perfectly now. The 2 players on B are about to be surrounded.
Nice sprayed out from MSL, controlling it, as does AZ. They're trying to kind of slow this down. They've done just that, as it's all onto Well That It once again. He's all too familiar scenario for him. AZ's there, and he's having a little discussion whether they want to pick up the double AWP. Decide not to. And let's see now how this one plays out. Flipside with 4. As they're going to be a little crippled with these pistols, and probably going to see just maybe a deagle for Bondic, and a couple of P250s in there as well. So there's going to be a battle for kind of bomb control. Try and get that bomb down if they can. And let's see what Dignitas have to respond.
Yeah, so far, we saw the very encouraging round coming in, where they were able to turn it with just those 2 players. But Dig need to really start building these rounds up more, to start taking away. A T-side already on 4 rounds by the 7th is pretty impressive. That's not too bad going, picking up those first 3. Certainly going to help that one out, but they've had a little bit of a chance now. Up towards short. They've had a chance. They've had an opportunity here, but they're not going to take that. They want something else. They want to hit up this B side and just waiting. It's going to be Pimp around the corner. AZ has to spring into action, and he does, locking it down, securing mid against an Eco, sure, but it's going to get Dig a well-needed round to close that scoreline gap.
Yeah, that's important. Especially not to lose any weapons as well. As look at that scoreboard. He was talking about AZ. I feel like we're saying his name a lot. 13 frags, just below him 5, and we haven't seen MSL pick up 1 yet. So, I mean, you have to remember, AZ and MSL have been playing that B site together, and AZ has just been a one-man army, quite literally, at this point. So, let's see where they choose to play this one out. Nico has made his way down long. Kiebi's there to back him up, and these guys seem to be kind of really apprehensive about some presence in long. We haven't seen too much, though, from Flipside just yet. These early mollies, I think that's the second, if not the third, molly we've seen thrown out towards long early, because Dignitas really cautious this one. Little do they know there's a huge T presence on short. Nades being exchanged, and MSL's a little worse for wear already. 39 points of health for him. As still, the smokes and the nades and the mollies all getting thrown out towards long. They really think Flipside are coming, but little do they know. I say that, Nico's positioning himself quite nicely for this presence on short.
I really like Neo's spot here. Nico's spot here. God, my brain. He's in the perfect place to watch them push, but he has pulled them over towards A. And now, if Flipside actually went towards mid, there'll only be one really watching it. They could make a bit of a play out of this one, but with 40 seconds left, they're going to have to make something happen soon. And as you said, already, AZ going to be in the right spot for this. These two going to have to come up big, unless they drop down towards CT. Let's see what Flipside bring here.
The flash is perfect, does obscure AZ's vision, but Markelov wins an AWP v AK battle. AZ's in prime position though. How many can he take? The answer is 1. Now 4v3. MSL down to half health, and he's going to be pushing his way through CT, but Bondic is lying in wait, ready to Assassin's Creed off the bin. But looks like MSL has a good idea, but Cyber Focus is there to babysit. And so now Kierbu and Pimp, last two remaining, and Pimp struggling to jump onto short at this point. Waiting for a T to walk into his crosshair, but not going to be provided for him. And it's now Pimp and Kierbu. The two remaining CTs are just going to sit back, relax, and see if they can pick up any exits. Looks like Pimp's not even willing to take that risk. As well that it does cast his eyes towards him. And we're going to be seeing round 5 then on the board for Flipside, and a very competent T push on towards that short side. Markelov kind of a real big factor in that one.
Markelov taking down Nico was imperative towards the way they got that. We saw what Chris J was able to achieve. Nico can do that and then more. So you've got to be aware of this sort of play. And Markelov, that experience, a beautiful movement, just popping out, getting the shot, and then getting over towards the side. And it paid off. So Flipside keeping this game interesting, keeping Dignitas guessing. They've not had a comfortable round in a while. And you know, credits where it's due. These boys are trying to pull through on this one. They're not giving up just yet. They don't care who they're playing against. They want to get some points on this board. But Nico this time is looking towards mid.
What's interesting is that, talking about it in a second, Nico just whiffing it a little bit through mid, and Flipside really liking to stack this presence on towards short, getting it early, getting early control, and then making decisions from there. What I was going to say is what's interesting is seeing the AWP in the hands of Cyber Focus. Like, there was no spawn preference there, there was no reason or visible reason for us. Either way, though, Nico just catching them to one. That nade's going to be perfect. Going to land into the pocket of Bondic as now 4 Ts remain, and they're a little worse for wear already. Blades made progress, but Nico too quick as we're going to be seeing Cyber Focus just narrowly miss out. Nico with another. The bodies are dropping, and now all onto Markelov to try and do something. Nico's already picked up 3. Kierbu with 1. And the smoke just to rub salt into the wound. Markelov realizes that he's not going to be able to find too much in this round. Throwing out a smoke of his own to try and delay the inevitable. Look at these nades just being thrown in at all angles. He is being pincered in as MSL wraps the round up, puts a bow on it for his team. And that's going to be, I mean, could not have been a more perfect defense of that A site.
Nico, what a play. You know what I mean? He caught a glimpse of them on the cross initially towards the side itself, so just put himself and waited in the best place possible. T-side now off the back of that. Money-wise, you've got Cyber Focus a little bit, you know, strapped for cash, but they could have bought something a little bit cheekier into this, I guess, you know, but they've gone for the Deagles, they've gone for the P250s, nothing massive, and Nico might be in for a flurry of frags if they walk through here. Let's see it from Nico's perspective. Already a good nade comes in, flash comes down, Nico's gonna find it, and he's gonna go back for seconds, and you can't blame him. He's got Kierby locking it down from the pit with him. The crossfire comes into play, and this is looking pretty darn good until right about then, when Markelov decided he remembered how this one worked, and Bondic chimed in as well. Now 1v2, he doesn't have a gun, but he could get one.
Yeah, and all of that waiting down long, all those rounds is finally going to pay off for them to some extent. I mean, this is pretty good from Flipside. Just AZ and MSL remaining. Bomb in the hands of Bondic, and he's got put an AWP in his hands as well. So suddenly, the odds starting to tip closer to his favor. Of course, now once he levels out to a 1v1, and the bomb goes down, things are going to be looking up. But until then, it is essentially a 1v1. MSL so far away down long, unless he kind of pulls his socks up and gets a move on. This is going to be a free bomb plant for Bondic. It is. And now AZ's going to have to make a move on. They gave him a whole lot of freedom now. And Bondic readies himself for the pick towards AZ. Oh, he's not going to be quick enough. Not sure what he was expecting there. But AZ's going to be able to end that dream and pick up the defuse.
Yeah, fairly comfortable for AZ as well, to be honest.
They gave him so much freedom. Like, they really just let him stretch his legs. Yeah.
That's fair enough if you're in the spots you are. There's only so many places he could have been. But still, yeah, I'm surprised that he played it out that way rather than just, I don't know, it was a little bit interesting to go up on that ledge. Not too sure, but still, 5-5's the scoreline. This game is much closer than I expected. I thought maybe Dig would be a little bit stronger on their CT side, something we saw and kind of put towards them after seeing their play on Cash early in this season was how strong their CT side was, but not seeing so much of that at the moment. 5-5 is quite indicative that the T side is doing okay. But let's see what they can now find later into this one. Nico's going to be pressured quickly on towards short. Does not expect the sheer aggression from Blade, who's going to carry this one on. And now Pimp has to keep that in mind.
Yeah, he's going to be one and truly aware that Blade is going to be an imminent presence. He's making lots of noise and Pimp's ready for him. Dispatches of one, but potentially expecting the second. He knows it's potentially going to be an AWP though, as the flash is going to be not enough. Wow, well done. It flicks onto Pimp as he neutralizes that threat. There's more though. AZ around Elevator is not going to go down without a fight. Bullet to his break. Kyabu's there on long as well. Markelov with the return. 2 for 2 now.
Bomb's going B as well. This could still happen. Oh, Markelov just about staying alive. 9 HP here, and Bondic has to make it across.
You're on to AZ. Kyabu is a mile and a half away. He's got a marathon ahead of him as the bomb's going to be going in now. And AZ, does he wait? Does he go for it? Does he try and be the hero? Kyabu has got his running shoes on. He's trying to get to the site as soon as he can, all the way through T-spawn. AZ trying to get an eye line over the smoke. He is not too far off from Markelov. If only they had a nade. Smoke and flash though from Kyabu. He's going to be able to find that's Markelov down. It's all a 1v1 now. Bondic has already found AZ as they're going to play ring around the roses back and forth, using cover as best he can, whittling down the time. But Kyabu too strong, too quick. He has a kit, and that's going to be the 6th now for Dignitas.
Nicely done as well. I thought Markelov had just achieved enough in that. The perfect play to open up B and kind of flip the round on its head, but in the end, Kyabu, whatever you want to call him, did enough to bring it back in tow, and AZ as well. He almost caught Markelov as he went through those doors towards B, just kind of clipping him in the heels. But really nicely played out, and I just don't think they expected Kyabu to be taking that long route all the way through, and by the time he actually appeared out of the tunnels, it was just a bit of a shock. But now, another bio current from the T side and CT, so both of them still have this utility. They have all the weapons they need. Well at it, looking for a shot towards mid.
Yeah, Dignitas are so consistent with this presence on long, so consistent, and yet they let Blade get... Look how fast Blade... Oh my god, Blade has made some serious headway all the way onto short, and little does he know, Dignitas are nowhere to be seen. He could be walking onto the A side right now, and if he catches Pimp, oh, he does, not enough though. It was actually Nico, tell a lie, who crossed, and he's does have his AWP. I don't think he's going to challenge him. But that's a whole lot of freedom.
And I'm surprised Dig aren't putting players there. I can see they're playing for the retake, but you could see Nico scurrying back over, having to get there double time because they're about to be under severe pressure. But the bomb is still out long. Kyabu is just down there as well, so he's going to be able to lock this one off if needed. But the other two in mid are the threat here in my eyes. They can still keep this one open. You can see why. Pimp has to try and stay away, but Markelov knew what was coming. He knew what was up, and now Kyabu is the big dog here. He goes down, and it's all in Nico's hands. MSL is not close enough here. He's still on B. Nico does find one on short, but now the rest start piling in. He's going to follow up towards Cyber Focus, sit towards CT, and there's 2 smokes still remaining with the T side. They can smoke the cross.
They can, and they will. There's going to be a little gap, though. It's all he needs. He doesn't quite see the bomb getting crossed, so that's actually really nice there from the T side. That's going to enable the bomb to go down. I assume it's going to be down for long as well, that it is still lingering there. Opens up onto MSL. They know where he is. Nico knows that the round is good as over, and we are now going to be seeing Flipside secure the equalizer. 6-6 then, as we are going to be going into the 13th.
This is quite a close game, and I'm still amazed that Dig will give them so much short control. They're not playing in towards mid. Initially, Dig were great at that. They had that double stack in mid. They had AZ popped up on MSL's head. Cool, they had short under complete wraps, but
something changed, yeah. I'm not sure what it was.
And then now Nico can't really focus on long. He's having to kind of fall back instantly towards watching that cross, because Blade is just going, well, no one's here. I'm going to keep doing this because this seems really fun and a really good idea for us. So as you said, Flipside getting themselves back in here, getting themselves back equal in this game and starting to look quite dominating, looking quite strong. World Addict's having a good game. Bondic's having a good game as well. And all in all, if AZ's not delivering in mid, they're starting to struggle. And MSL, you got to turn up, pal.
Yeah, that's not ideal. You know, maybe his lack of a Dignitas icon suggests he's not feeling great. As we're going to be seeing where they choose to go with this one. Bomb those, but it is going to be still around upper area. This comes to be the kind of... There's two players in the Flipside book. One is that 3-4 players mid-early. Blade always getting early control of short, and he's there again. Maybe Markelov trying to kind of distract from that with a couple of shots towards it himself. And now Blade. Smoke out. Going to be able to try and draw Pimp's fire elsewhere, though. Dignitas. Actually, yeah, look at that. One smoke and Nico's rotating. How is he getting so far into A? This is really strong play from Blade, because it's now 3 CTs hunting for his location, and look at Flipside, they are ready to execute onto B, and MSL, good God, how many he's picked up 1 frag so far in this game, he's about to have 4 terrorists charged towards him.
And he's gonna have to turn up here. He's got AZ coming back in to help him, but AZ is the one to just stand and say no. That was massive from AZ. MSL didn't even need to get in towards that one because he was there in time. He read the play well. As soon as they found Blade, they knew that was not the plan. That was not the end destination.
MSL just hit that panic button and Dignitas just rotated so swiftly, managing to put an end to that one. And that's going to put an end to the Flipside economy as well. You can see that it's going to be opting for P250s and Glocks going up against a fully bought Dignitas. This should... And I say should.
Nico.
Look at that aggression from Nico. Isn't quite going to connect the shot. That wasn't far off, though. Doesn't make the same mistake again. Puts it into World Edit, and now 4 Ts remain.
Not holding back here. AZ already joining him. They're actually really putting focus on towards locking this one down. Now look at it, Pimp watching short as well. They're not letting them have a step towards mid. This is a big difference. 3 players watching that short push-up, nicely adapted. And now Markelov and Bondik not able to retrieve a gun. Bondik's even just chilling out and spawn like, well, we weren't going to get this round. It's all right. It's all right. I'm just going to chill for a sec. But anyway, he does have hope.
Hey.
Maybe a touch of it. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he can find much in this round. But all in all, it's not been a bad performance so far.
I think he's going to go for a knife round. That's what that wiggle means.
You reckon? That's the knife.
He's going for a cut.
Shot. Nope.
Oh, MSL just padding out that score. Picks up 4 now so far in this game. So yeah, underperformance from him. Rest of his team, though, really making it. I say rest of his team, AZ. Look at that score. 20 frags in 14 rounds. Kiebu underneath him with 9. So a real standout performance from him. And we just saw, I mean, a prime example was that spray control there on that B push just a round prior. Like, he
Beautiful.
is seriously on form at this point.
Yeah, such a young, talented player as well. That's the thing. AZ, it's just unreal to watch. And his performance is only getting better.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful to see. But still, let's just keep our attention in this round and see where this goes. Nico has got himself pushed up on towards short. First time we're seeing a big AWP presence here. He's going to try and lock that one down in a slightly different manner. Try and gain some control over the map. And T-Side already starting to toy with mid, though. Starting to have a little look-see. See if they can locate a player. Maybe get a shot towards it. And this is brave from Pim, right into the eyes of World Edit. Not expecting him maybe at that sort of angle. Smoke goes down. World Edit going to take himself up towards short. But will they be expecting Nico? He's been playing well so far. And then again, will the T-Side push this? They like to do the bait and switch.
They do, and Nico's going to make it more difficult for them to make a decision. As now, with the A presence down, they are going to start to congregate towards the upper area. 47 seconds, though, all to play for. And it is a 4v4. World Edit's early connection has kind of left Dignitas with a little bit of a void in middle. And looks like we are going to be seeing Flipside starting to stack up towards long, and Kiebu's lying in wait.
This might be a bait, though. I don't know.
Oh, Nico's there, as is Kiebu. This deadly dicing duo. And we're going to be thinking MSL chime with 1 in middle as well. So it'll onto Cyber Focus. He has made his way on towards the A site, but they're just going to stop that in his tracks as Nico picks up the 9th for his team. 9-6 then the half. Not too shabby from Dignitas, or not too shabby from AZ. But Flipside, the occasional surprising play, securing the 6th.
Yeah, I don't think that was a bad play from Flipside. Considering they are last currently in this league, you'd expect worse. I've seen worse from the likes of Penta. I've seen worse from a lot better teams by ranking. Yeah. But now they have to be able to try and be solid on their CT side, not get outdone by money, not be overwhelmed by what the T side can bring, because Dignitas can be a very good T-side presence. And to be fair, Dignitas played quite strangely as a CT team, leaving short completely open and trying to play for those retakes, play it from mid, putting AZ under a lot of pressure. And thankfully, AZ did deliver, but it's always going to be a hard question to be asked of him if he doesn't. But anyway, 9-6 on the half, very good scoreline towards Dig. Let's see what they can run with here. Starting out with a pistol would be perfect. Yeah. So I think the teams are ready. Let's get ourselves diving back into game.
Let's see where this one goes then. As Flipside, you're right. This would be really a step in the right direction for either side if they can pick up the 3 off the back of the pistol. We've been seeing more and more of it today. We've seeing the kind of the response to the force buy is starting to get stronger. Now let's see where this one goes. 3 armor on either side. A bit of utility for MSL with the double flash smoke, because we are going to see that one released and thrown out. Where did he throw that? He's just released it for the mid to B smoke, so we'll see what that covers up. And it's going to be a real indicator. World Edit, it's going to be panicking. See what Markelov can do. Absolutely nothing as Pimp shuts him down. And the second onto World Edit. He's just walked into the site and got it himself as he makes the B site his own. And the bomb goes in, and they're just going to stack up in tunnels and prepare for the retake from Flipside.
Yeah, Pim making a huge play then.
That's
Sadly,
insane.
Markelov had the CZ. He was making the right option. Because if he'd taken down that one player in tunnel, they would have been in such a great spot. They could have changed that round. But not the case. Not with Pim doing that. And look how hard it is for these guys to even get back in. There's players watching every single angle, and they know it. Cyber Focus, he's just going to be pinned to the wall.
Wow, 4 frags there for Pimp in that round. So close to the ace as well, as he managed to snatch that CZ off of the fallen F3 member. And so then, 10-6 for Dignitas. Now what we were saying was, we're seeing more and more is those first 3 off the back of the pistol. Let's see if Flipside can kind of try and rock the boat. They're not actually going to be buying into it. We're just going to be seeing a little bit of armor for Bondic and Blade, a Deagle for World Edit, and kind of P250s in a 5-7 across the board. Let's see what they choose to go for. Oh, and that's big. Nico shuts down World Edit, and they're just going to be immediately realizing that that B site may not be as easy as they once thought.
No, definitely not. But still. Two sides switching it up a little. Pimp taking the long road. Bondic is waiting along as well in those double doors. You can see him mid as well. Cyber Focus quite close to the action there. He's going to be cautious. You don't want to be just sprayed down, you give it up for free, but Pimp did find Bondic at long, so A being weakened as well. And it looks like Flipside aren't even getting the opportunity to answer this.
Not just yet. Markelov, Cyber Focus, and Blade, the 3 remaining. And the T side, that Dignitas are not taking any risks here, and understandably so when they have picked up the 2 AKs in this second round. MSL first on the scene with that Galil. He's going to be looking to try and check the corners. As Kyabu lurking at T-spawn, he's going to put the bullets and the damage down onto Cyber Focus. Doesn't find the frag though, as Blade is lying in wait. He knows they're coming. He's just going to try and take someone with him. He doesn't. AZ with the UMP. That's 600 in the bank for him, and now all onto the remaining 2. Kyabu finally finishes the job he started on Cyber Focus. And Markelov, just a Deagle and a flash to his name, is probably not too long for this world either.
Sadly not. He might be able to try and find something way up, but I think he's going to get pressured from shore. You might just hear that. But AZ will have the drop and will get the round secured. Dig just starting to take it away a little bit here, and we're just going to have to wait to see what Flipside can do on their buy round. It's not this round either, which is the problem. It's still going to be 12-6, more than likely, before they can really make an answer.
Yes, we are going to be seeing a consistent 3. Speaking a little kind of prematurely there, but we'll see.
Well, to be fair, compared to the other games, like we look back at the Virtus Pro game, whereas just
unable to call,
you know, flippity floppity every single round. Yeah, it's nice to see it almost kind of going the way it should do.
For now.
For now.
Like, I mean, I've seen Flipside do crazier things. When we saw that Titan example, where it was just a 5-7 for Maniac was all it took to win that second round. So you know, we'll see. Then again, absolutely 0 nades and 0 pistols going into this one for that CT side. So yeah, Dignitas should just be able to rip them apart and start doing just that. MSL into Cyber Focus, that's that threat through mid covered off as the smoke goes down as well. They're just going to be laying into this B site, and the bodies just keep on dropping as they want to try and make this as clean as possible and continue to do just that.
Bodies just keep hitting that floor, and
That's
so little to be done. Drowning in the pool of bullets being
like
thrown at them. How much do you need me to tell you the song title? But Blade at least gets one on the way. MSL goes down, but Bondic, last man standing, he'll be found too.
There was like a year where that was the only song in frag movies, wasn't there? Let the bodies hit the floor.
I missed that year. You know
did?
what I mean? Yeah. And then
Oh,
you
that
made
was
throwing
everywhere.
corn a little bit as well.
Like Freak on a Leash?
Yeah, all day
Of
long.
course, all day
long.
All day, every day.
They may even include the video that came with it if they're that edgy. You
Oh, what,
never
in the
know.
frag movie?
In the frag movie.
That's smart. Copyright probably have a problem with that. But either way, let's jump on into the first buy round. Let's see what they're going to throw into the mix. And they are mixing it up. World Edit and Cyber Focus both on the AWPs in this round. Both long and mid respectively. And World Edit, eyes trained on. Xbox is going to have to back away. He realizes there's potentially a bit of a threat through middle. Not going to happen just yet, though. Dignitas, cool, calm, collected, decide to take their time.
To be fair, I'd still take Drowning Pool over Linkin Park. Those days were
Oof.
dire days.
Paper
but
Cup. That was a tune.
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 Oh, what was the other one? Breaking Benjamin.
Oh, yeah. Cell Dweller.
Cell Dweller.
Blue Starly.
Oh, yes.
We're just putting together. We're piecing together a top frag movie right now.
You could just start singing it if you fancy it. We'll just follow AZ and you can just like hum it along.
What, make it a frag movie?
Yeah, let's have
I
a
don't
round
think
with
that's
it.
going to happen.
No, I think you should. Let's give it a go.
What, let the bodies hit the floor?
You just gotta sing it.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the... No, anyway, here we go. Easy walking in. This is a frag movie. Blade, oh my god, he's got a third. This is a frag movie. Bondic and Blade then are the two remaining for Flipside. And AZ, can he make it an ace? I wouldn't be surprised if Dignitas just sit back and let this man keep clocking up frags. 27. We're not even close to finishing this one. And he's already close to the 30 as Bondic and Blade aren't even going to consider this one. It looks like they're not. They're backing away. They just do not want to give this man any more glorious frags. Pimp's going to be able to connect onto Bondic and Dignitas. Whew, this individual... One man is just on fire right now.
I don't think Flipside can take much more of this. It's just unreal. AZ's presence is massive in these games. Just round in, round out. You can't stop this guy, and you were mocking the frag movie idea.
I should have kept going.
Was amazing. You should have done that.
Because I didn't want to start shouting, let the bodies hit the...
Okay, easy. You guys at home, tweet Alex and tell him how he should have done that at Machini TV. You should tell him. Like, that would have been amazing. God, you let the opportunity slip.
I'm sorry.
Mum's spaghetti. Anyway.
Knees weak.
Oh, well, Daddy, you're going to have to go big. The one time he actually has armor and AWP, this whole team just has pistols. 6-13, Dig very close now to get themselves in control of this game. But World Edit is going to have to turn up, and AZ does it again, ladies and gents. Who can stop this man? Make a montage of just this game.
Why are we watching anyone else?
All right, you raised a good point. There we go. We're just going to follow AZ.
AZ
I'm
cam.
done. AZ cam is on. I don't think he's going to get any
No,
more.
this is it. That was it.
No, we're going to watch him now. It's happening.
Okay, well, Blade did just connect onto MSL with that P250, puts an AK into his hands. And AZ, I think he's going to be getting pretty cocky right now. I think I would. Feeling pretty invincible as the bomb does get thrown across. This is still Dignitas playing it safe. AZ catches a glimpse, but playing the long game. He is going to be getting that bomb in as all onto Bondic. I think we can at least see what Bondic's going to do. No, we can't. Kiabu shuts that one down. And so that's going to be now 14 for Dig, as this one's starting to come to a conclusion, I think. You can see, not yet to see a CT round picked up from Flipside.
And the thing is, there's just absolutely nothing wrong with the way AZ's playing. He's just so crisp. Look at that. Look at that. It's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And now on the CT side, the double AWP coming out to play. Cyber Focus and World Edit again, but Nico pins him to the wall. World Edit goes down, and we might as well resume the AZ cam, because surely the show's gonna go on. Already gonna get the nade, the molly, everything's stopping him, slowing him down. But this guy, he can't be stopped at the moment. He's been an unstoppable, unbreakable force. He's almost got 30 kills here. This is up against a top-tier team. Arguable, I know, but still, it's Flipside. They've got the likes of Markelov, Blade, you know, these guys are good players, but you know, AZ's just making light work of them.
Yeah, truly is. And with that bomb, once again, all too familiar for Dignitas and Flipside, both of them feeling quite safe, leaving that bomb, or the bomb carrier over in that upper area. Markelov, the only man in a position to defend B. There is a smoke thrown out. Blade trying to keep mid safe, and MSL's going to make it difficult for him as he's still white and still now dead, as MSL is the one to pick up the frag. Here comes the wave of terrorists, and Markelov is going to do something with the AWP. He finds one. Not the glory day today, as AZ connects onto Markelov, and now just the two CTs remain, and they are scattered. They are a little too far away from the site to make an impact. And this is going to come right down to the wire for Flipside. That margin for error is out the window, as we're going to be seeing 15 now on the board for Dig.
Yeah, Flipside are just one step closer to the edge. They can't do any more. This is the problem, right? Everything they do, they just get met with so much force. Markelov is a great AWPer as well. You can see him always in these situations being able to deliver, but he's being overwhelmed, he's being overrun, and when someone like AZ can just play it in, he can literally just walk in and just 2 shots and you're done. There's nothing that you can achieve from that point onwards, sadly. Now, Bondic and Cyber Focus just going to keep hold of these guns and try and bring something in towards the next round. But by this point, Dig are so close to winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering their economy, like, you cannot... I mean, what did I just see? Was it 12? Yeah, 10. So nearly 11,000 for Pimp. These guys are not going to run out of weaponry anytime soon. And look what they're scraping together. A scout for World Edit. Markelov on a FAMAS. And only 2 sets of head armor. It's not pretty whatsoever. 1 death kit between them as well. as this is going to be a real tough one, as Cyberfocus makes it even more difficult as a leg lands in his knee. A leg lands in his knee, a bullet lands in his a leg just randomly appears, lands in his knee, easy with the nade to make it difficult for Cyberfocus. And my brain is shutting down, Lauren.
Well, now he is completely legless. But well then, it does get a nice little shot towards B tunnels. Pimp gets taken fairly low, but by this point, they are just charging up on short. And Blade has to stop them. He cannot. And now it's all going to start crumbling down for the CT side. Bondik pushing up by long. He can't gain control though. And Markelov trying to pull himself together, trying to bring this further. But it's actually Bondik and Wild Edit to do it. Now 3v3, this is what they needed. But Pimp and Kiebi, the last two alive, can they hold on?
They are cutting this fine, and these deaths are going to make it even more difficult. That's big from Kiebu, all now on resting on Markelov. He has an AWP. There's their time for magic from Markelov. Looking to do something. Molotov thrown out from Pimp's going to make it even more difficult. So now the time is against him as well.
Oh, the molly coming out from short.
So perfect.
Pimp just buying time and time again. And Kiebi will close it down. Dignitas with a astoundingly strong performance. That really, you got to say, the AZ frag movie was real in that one.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely broke 30. That was incredible from just the one individual. Still didn't see a CT round, a CT victory from Flipside. As you see people on camera. Yeah, really good performance from AZ. But also, you know, he couldn't have done it without the support from his team. We saw a lot of
like how would he be able to boost it without MSL's head being underneath him?
Exactly, yeah. If he could, like, you know, grab one of the boxes from Dust and just put it under his legs.
If he could have done that, then he'd been fine, but he cannot. Yeah, I think we should make an AZ frag movie, you know that. Like, find the most stereotypical, you know, royalty-free music.
Royalty-free.
And play it out, I think.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I think that's something that needs to happen. What, just of his performance on Dust2 alone?
Just today. I don't like an overall movie.
12
I think
minutes
just
long.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it'd be perfect. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, me too. But that does kind of wrap up today's games. It's been a bit of an exciting one, considering especially we saw Navi up against Mousesports to kick things off. What a game that was, especially considering how close those guys played just the night before. 16-14 on Cash yesterday. This one ending equally as close. Mousesports looking strong in the second game, of course, on Cobble as well. Yeah,
Mousesports just being able to take TSM that far, being able to push TSM the way they did was just phenomenal. I want to watch that one back. I want to see everything for a second time around. But looking over towards how well the rest of the teams played out, it was... See, Thailand I felt was a little lacking. They had moments of, you know, being competent but not competent enough. And I think we just found out that really Mouse are very strong on Cobblestone. The way they played that and Train is put them in good stead. And those slow T rounds were pretty good from them. But it was their CT style of being able to actually adapt that made me really enjoy what they were bringing.
Yeah, and of course we closed out the game with that real nice Virtus Pro vs Titan game over on Overpass. We saw VP look very prominent, especially once we put the AWP, in the hands of Pasha. And the final game, which of course you guys just witnessed, Dignitas besting Flipside with very little margin for error on their T side.
And of course, if you guys at home do want to check out the NA stuff, that'll be coming up later today. But there's only a couple of teams playing. There's not too much to be seen. I'd just say if you're a fan of Keyed Stars, you want to see them playing, you know, against some pretty decent opponents, seeing how high up on those rankings they can get. Definitely check it out on the ESEA channel. Yeah,
and that'll of course be starting at about 2 AM our time. I don't know what time that is over
CEST, I believe.
Change.
We're on sometime right now.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, if you do want to stick around, do so at 2 AM. They'll be kicking off and we'll be able to see. I think they start with Ace up against Elevate, but there's a whole lot of games for you to enjoy. That about wraps it up for us here. And I mean, I'm ready for bed, evidently, as I have been tripping and stumbling over various words. It has been a struggle.
Bus is calling. It's out the front.
The struggle bus. I'll be
we need to take him home.
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths and I'm going to attempt to say goodnight. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Do get over to pro.eslgaming.com/CSGO for all of the updates and all the previous results that you can ask for. And that does, once again, wrap up the show. We hope to see you next time, and we'll see you. Good night.